My name is Arilektin Wanyama. I'm the founder of Precious Virginia Home, the home of children living with severe disabilities. We started this home in the year 2016. I heard the voice of God compelling me to start a home for children living with disabilities. I didn't have any money. I had nothing. You know, I actually had nothing to start an institution. There was no money on my account. I did not have a land. I didn't have a house where I would start all this, but the voice was so strong, I would not run away from it. So I decided that with the guidance of God, I would go and look for help from people. You know, I targeted the Asian community, the business fraternity in Kakamega town. Kakamega is my hometown. I came across one Asian businessman whose name is Himji Chabadia. Then when I spoke to Himji Chabadia about my dream to start a home, he actually asked me many questions, but at the end of the day, he supported me. He asked me what I really needed. At that particular time, I only needed food. So he gave me food. He gave me rice, gave me cooking oil, and pampers for our children, mattresses and blankets. And so I came and I started Precious Virginia Home. But then it was interesting because there were so many challenges. The house where we had rented to start the home, it was a rental house. We were paying 10,000 Kenya shillings every month. So some of the parents who had disabled children, they were both disabled at the same time. They are also very poor. So it was a challenge. It was still a challenge on me because I had started the home. I had convinced the parents that we were going to keep their children and support them. But where the support would come from, I did not know. So I spoke to this Asian gentleman, his name is Himji, and Himji gave me the support that he needed. It was not enough. I continued looking for support. I asked other Asian communities and they supported me. Now, when we started Precious Home in 2016, actually it was a faith-based establishment. Because anybody would ask me, Madam, can you give us your account number? I mean, can you give us a bank statement to show if you are looking for a land, if you are looking for people to invest in your project, what assurance do you have for them? But I did not have any assurance. I was telling them, let's just partner, you know, let's just take care of these children, and God himself in heaven will give us guidance. And guidance God gave us, because after the rental house, we came to Matungu, where we are today, and we had a structure, just a temporary structure. We moved from the rental houses, we came here, and I continued looking for support for these children. Continuously from 2016, I've been going to shops in Kakamega town, in Bungoma, in Kisumu, in Busia. Those are the counties within western region of Kenya, and I've been seeking support from the Asian community. This is how my life has been, seeking support from the Asian shops, you know, and requesting for them to help me. They helped me until one day they came where I was. They found children living with me. We were sleeping on mattresses on the floor. They helped me to construct beds. We put the children up from the floor and they were sleeping on the beds. And from there we continued. I never gave up until when they actually, I got so, you know, they got so fed up with me and they visited me. And they were telling me, Mama, ni kama tutakusaidia, we will help you. I said, yeah, this is what I want to do. If you can help me, I'll be very grateful. So from there, they built a house for me in 2018, a very beautiful house. In 2016, I had a friend, his name is Mumias Wanyama. So when I was speaking to Morris had a brother who has a child with disabilities. His name is Sammy. So as we were talking with Morris said, Tina, the work you are doing is so good. I don't know how I would help you. Sometimes I come across friends, but I don't know exactly how I can help you. Because the work I was doing, it really touched Morris, because I was living with them. The child who was living with disabilities, his name is Davis. So I was living with Davis, and Davis is the child, a son to the brother to Morris. So Morris said, Tina, I will help you. I don't know how, but I'm going to seek God and we will find help for you. So in 2019, in the beginning of 2019, Morris sent me a number and he said that there's a lady I want you to speak to. Stephanie Oromo lives in Switzerland. And Morris gives me this number, you know, and is like, speak to this lady. Let's see how she will help you. So I said, it's okay, Morris. I'll go ahead. I'll speak to this lady. And then she said, yeah, I know Morris. I've been talking to Morris quite a lot. And we really were wondering how we would help you. So Stephanie told me, Tina, just give me the profile, you know, a brief history of your home and details about how you would want us to help you. You know, I took it so lightly, even in my heart. You know, I was used to begging, you know, asking people for help. But this time around, somebody is telling me, we are going to help you. I was like, oh God, my prayers are being answered. So we continued. Stephanie promised, he said, in the year 2020, I'm trusting God to help you. So in 2020, actually it was in March, I remember when Stephanie emailed me and he said, we are working on a plan on how we can help you. Are the children are with you? I said, yeah, the children are with me, even though it was during the corona pandemic, but the kids were with me. So Stephanie asked me how she would help me. The budget of the month of April, because that's the time we were talking, I gave her the budget of the month of April, and I was surprised, my dear friend, when I received 29,000 Kenya shillings on my M-Pesa, and Stephanie says, COVID or no COVID, Tina, we want to support you. We want your children in that establishment to be okay. And from there, we were able to do our shopping. For the first time, I walked into a supermarket and I shopped. You know, I was like, every time I would go begging, you know, asking people for cooking oil, asking for, you know, flour, wheat flour, rice, sugar. But this time around, I walked into a supermarket, I took the trolley, I had written a list of the food I wanted, and for the first time, I did a shopping for our establishment, for our institution, and I gave glory to God. I said, thank you, Jesus, because I'm no longer going to be a beggar. Yeah, from a beggar to a very able lady, you know, like you walk into a supermarket and pick on every stuff that you want. You go to the counter and they're asking you, are you paying cash? Are you paying by card or what? I said, for me, Tina, for the first time, I was able to pay cash at a counter. And I praised God and I thanked God for Stephanie. I said, may God lift this lady. May God bless her. Even the people that she's working with, even her own job, her own parents, even the church in Switzerland, the people who are supporting Stephanie, I'm praying that may God help them. This precious home, as we started, there has been a lot of improvement, a lot of development. As you will see, we now have a permanent house. It is piped with water. We have electricity. We have a washing machine. Now we have a rice maker. We have, you know, all these amenities that you can imagine. Now we are okay. We are doing very well. Our children are happy. The floor is now to be mopped. It's no longer a rough floor, and everything is good. But now we still have a challenge. And what's the challenge? You know, we have to pay for electricity bills. The people who are helping us with the cooking oil and with the food, they cannot pay for the electricity. Every time we are using the washing machine, now we have a fridge, yeah, and we have a blender. You know, there are children who cannot chew their food. We have to blend their food. So we have all these gadgets that are using electricity. But now paying for that electricity is a challenge for us. Every month we have again to go back and beg on the people. But if God would open a way to have a monthly budget, we would really buy our food, you know, and we would just walk into a supermarket and buy our stuff. We would just pay this electricity. And also the ladies who are helping me with the work, I have 6 ladies who are helping me with the work. Most of the time, if I get food, I give them a bit of the food, I give them soap, sometimes even for clothes and for the beddings. But I would wish that they have some wages, you know, just a salary, even if it's a small amount of money, but it will be a permanent amount of money, and they will be very encouraged, they will be motivated, and they will be working with a lot of passion for our children. And I wanted to mention something. We normally buy drugs over the counter because, you know, when a child has a fever and maybe they are sick in a way, we don't know, you know, we cannot take these children to the hospital because we cannot pay for the hospital bills. So I was also requesting that if it is possible, we can enroll our children on NHIF. NHIF is the National Hospital Insurance Fund. If these children can be covered, you know, by the insurance fund for hospitals, whenever they are sick, we can just take them to the hospital. And there's another thing, the dormitory where we are living right now, 20 of our children and the workers, including myself, the room is complete, it's full. We are totally full to the brim. We cannot add any other extra child. Yet the demand for children is still there. So I was requesting, if God will open a way, at least we still have a piece of land where we can construct another building, and by the grace of God, we can have another dormitory, and we will be able to bring more children who are living in a lot of agony and negligence, so these kids can also come and live with us. And the final thing I wanted to mention, normally whenever the government of Kenya, when they see a facility like this one of ours, they normally assume that we have a foreign sponsor. If you go to the government requesting for anything, they'll say, Mama, you are okay, you know, maybe you have a mzungu somewhere, you have this donor, you have this sponsor. There's nothing, there's no help you receive from the Kenyan government. This is quite unfortunate. But somehow, do I just sit there and sulk about it? No. Even if they say we have a donor, we have a sponsor, we have what? Actually, yes, we have a sponsor. But is this sponsor going to help us with everything? You know, even with the construction of buildings. The government is supposed to take care of the disabled people. But is it doing that? No, they are not. Instead, they are looking up unto me, thinking that I have this money coming from the diaspora, and so I'm well to do, I'm okay. Unfortunately, I don't have that now. But when I met Stephanie, she supported us for the budget of our home from the month of May 2020 until the end of the year, December of 2020. Now, believe me, you know, it's like I'm walking on the clouds. I'm feeling so happy, I'm feeling so content, I'm happy. I have time to sit with the children in the home. I have all the time, you know, to do a lot of counseling and guidance for the parents of children living with disabilities. We have time even to do a lot of work in our home because I don't have to go out seeking for food for these children. And for that, I'm very grateful. I really thank God for Stephanie. And I don't know who else is supporting Stephanie, but my prayer is, may God lift the hands, may God lift the spirit of this lady, that those people who are supporting her, they may see the reason for supporting a home for children living with severe disabilities. We are so happy, and we are really serving God, and we are trusting God even for more. Now, for 2021, I don't know. I have no idea, but I have faith in God, because I believe that the God who has supported us in the year 2020, I'm believing the same God for the support of 2021. And not only 2021, but for as long as the home will be here, God who started the vision of this home, for sure he will accomplish it. And I'm believing God. If we can have more structures on this compound, I'm trusting God that we will support more children, and you know, we will have more parents who will be more prayerful, and they will thank God for having a place where they can call home for their children. We want this to be a home where a child living with severe disabilities doesn't have to be neglected. That child doesn't have to worry about what he will eat or drink, but Precious Virginia Home will take care of these children. My prayer is, do we have anybody out there? Anybody who can hold my hand? You know, somebody who will say, Tina, we will partner with you. Yeah, we will support you. Yeah, you take care of the children, but let's worry about the food. You take care of the children, let's worry about the National Hospital Insurance Fund. You take care of the children, let's worry about what they will wear or what they'll sleep on, and the medical insurance. Can somebody do that for us, so that we will just take care of the children, but about the budget and everything else, may God open a way for us that we may have a sponsor, we may have a person, we may have a church, we may have an individual somewhere who will say, I will partner with you. I may not come on the ground and help you to bathe the children. I may not be there to feed them. But Tina, you do the work on the ground and let's do the work outside. Let's look for help. Is there anybody who can help me? And for sure, before God, I'm promising that I'll be a faithful steward. I will do the work of God without worry, without strain, and without, thinking about tomorrow. But I will do the work of God with a heart, a thankful heart, and a grateful heart. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you, Stephanie, and I pray that may God lift your hands. May God enable you even as you speak. May God give you speech that you may reach out and you may be support to Precious Virginia Home. Asante sana. Thank you so much. God bless you.